she has now appeared on Good Morning America. Yeah. Sophie Cunningham has appeared on Good Morning America, which is I'm guessing it's a big show. I'm genuinely.
Look, the WNBA has seen its fair share of drama this year, from locker room beefs to controversial calls. But what Sophie Cunningham just said on Good Morning America has completely flipped the league upside down. I mean, the internet hasn't stopped talking about it. Sophie, known for being one of the boldest and most unapologetic players in the league, just went on national television and said the quiet part out loud. And now, the WNBA's entire image might never be the same again. Before we dive into this insane situation, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because what Sophie revealed on live TV might just be the biggest turning point of the season. So let's set the stage. Sophie Cunningham, Phoenix Mercury star, fan favorite, and one of the league's most outspoken personalities, has always been known for her confidence. She's fiery, emotional, and not afraid to say what she feels. But this time, she didn't just speak her mind. She called out the entire system. On Good Morning America, Sophie was invited to talk about the growing popularity of women's basketball and how the WNBA is changing thanks to stars like Caitlyn Clark, Angel Reese, and others. Sounds harmless, right? But the moment Sophie sat down, you could feel the tension. The host asked her, "Sophie, how do you feel about all this new attention on the league? Is it exciting to see so many new fans tuning in?" And that's when Sophie took a deep breath, smirked, and dropped a bombshell that left everyone speechless. She said, "It's great that we're finally getting attention. But let's be honest, this attention isn't being shared equally. Some of us have been grinding for years, building this league from nothing, and now we're treated like background characters in our own story." That line, "background characters in our own story," instantly went viral. Twitter exploded. Instagram clips of that quote hit millions of views in hours. Sophie wasn't just talking about fame. She was calling out what she saw as favoritism, and everyone knew exactly who she was referring to: Caitlyn Clark. The moment she said it, the host froze for a second. You could see the awkward tension in the room. Sophie smiled again and continued, "I respect Caitlyn, don't get me wrong. She's a great player, but the league shouldn't build its entire identity around one person. There are players who've carried this league for years, and we deserve that same recognition." That's when things got messy. Social media split right down the middle. Half of the fans were cheering Sophie on for finally speaking the truth. The other half accused her of being jealous and bitter toward Caitlyn Clark, who's been breaking viewership records and rewriting what's possible for the WNBA. Within hours, Sophie Cunningham was trending at #1. ESPN analysts were dissecting her every word. Players were subtweeting cryptic messages. One tweet read, "When someone else shines, it doesn't mean your light dims." Fans immediately linked it to Angel Reese, though she didn't name Sophie directly. But here's where it gets wild. Sources close to the WNBA say Sophie's comments didn't just upset fans. They infuriated league executives. According to insiders, the WNBA PR team was blindsided. They had coordinated Sophie's appearance to talk about unity in the league, not division. After the segment aired, phone calls started flying between league offices and team PR reps. The league wanted damage control immediately. And then, Sophie doubled down. Instead of apologizing or clarifying her comments, she went on her Instagram Live that same night and said, "If speaking truth makes people uncomfortable, then maybe it's time they get uncomfortable. I'm not here to play politics. I'm here to hoop and be real." Fans flooded her live chat with mixed reactions. Some called her a hero. Others accused her of tearing down women's basketball just when it was finally gaining mainstream respect. But Sophie didn't back down for a second. She looked straight into the camera and said, "I've seen players get sidelined, overlooked, and underpaid. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend everything's perfect because one player went viral." Now, here's the kicker. A leaked report later revealed that the WNBA had been planning a major marketing campaign centered around Caitlyn Clark, including multiple national ads and magazine covers. But after Sophie's comments, the campaign was suddenly paused for review. That's right. One interview completely disrupted a multi-million-dollar promotional rollout. Insiders claim Sophie's comments reignited old rivalries inside the league, between the veterans who feel overshadowed and the new faces who are now the center of attention. One player anonymously told a reporter, "We've all been feeling it. Sophie just had the guts to say it on TV." Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark hasn't directly responded, but her silence speaks volumes. In her post-game press conference the next day, when asked about Sophie's remarks, Caitlyn simply said, "I'm just focused on basketball. I've got nothing but love for every player in this league." That calm, professional answer only made the internet go crazier. Fans started comparing their personalities, Sophie's fiery energy versus Caitlyn's composed leadership. But here's where things take a darker turn. Several reports claim that the Phoenix Mercury's management was contacted by league officials and told to advise Sophie to tone it down. One executive reportedly said, "We can't afford another public feud right now. The league's finally growing. This isn't helping." But Sophie didn't care. She posted a cryptic story the next day with the quote, "If the truth makes you uncomfortable, it's probably because it's real." The timing of all this couldn't be worse for the WNBA. The league is trying to capitalize on record-breaking viewership numbers, and sponsors are finally paying attention. But now, this one moment of honesty has turned into a firestorm that could derail months of progress. Let's be real. What Sophie said wasn't completely wrong. The WNBA has long struggled with how to balance legacy players and new stars. When Caitlyn Clark entered the league, the marketing machine went into overdrive. Every highlight, every photo, every headline, Caitlyn was the face. Meanwhile, players who've been carrying teams for a decade suddenly became invisible. And Sophie? She's one of those players who feels that sting. She's been with Phoenix since 2019, battled through injuries, and fought her way up the ranks. She's known for her energy, her grit, her willingness to play through pain. So when she sees younger stars getting all the love, even when the veterans are the ones mentoring them, it's no surprise she snapped. But here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Sophie Cunningham's outburst might actually save the WNBA. Because for the first time, players are having uncomfortable but necessary conversations. They're questioning how the league markets its stars, who gets paid what, and why some players are always in the spotlight while others are overlooked. And guess what? The fans are eating it up. Drama drives engagement, and the WNBA hasn't seen this level of buzz in years. Every podcast, every sports channel, every Twitter thread is talking about one thing: Sophie Cunningham versus the WNBA system. The irony is, Sophie might have just done what the league was trying to do: get people talking. But that doesn't mean there aren't consequences. Rumors are swirling that Sophie might face a conduct review from the league office. Some sponsors reportedly pulled out of promotional deals connected to her name. And yet, her jersey sales are up 40% in just 2 days. It's wild. The controversy that could have ended her career might just be the thing that makes her a legend. As of now, Sophie hasn't apologized. She's standing firm, and fans are divided. Is she the truth teller the WNBA needed, or the villain that could tear it apart? One thing's for sure: that Good Morning America interview will go down as one of the most iconic and chaotic moments in WNBA history. Sophie Cunningham didn't just make headlines, she made the entire league stop and think. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what women's basketball needs right now. Yeah, guys, we'll keep watching how the WNBA handles this internal storm. But tell me what you think. Was Sophie right to call it out, or should she have kept quiet for the sake of unity? Let me know in the comments below, and if you love hearing the real side of women's basketball, make sure to subscribe, because the next chapter in this story might be even crazier.